Hey guys, Foxy back with a new video. This is going to be a video to discuss about the pros of Draco and VELAJUEL to see which one is better in the Japanese cleave meta. But first of all, give me your feedback. I'm having some issues with my air server or my internet. I'm not really sure. When I do this Giants run, just rewatch it. Is it lagging to you or does it look smooth? I may have to get a new computer now, or I may have to get something to fix this problem. It's a little bit annoying. I hope you guys understand, but trying to produce videos for you guys as always. Anyways, if you don't know what the RTA meta is right now, we'll just quickly go and browse replays. What you will see is basically a bunch of Verds and a bunch of cowgirls, right? The meta right now is basically controlling attack bars and gaining turn advantage with Verd and the cowgirl. It's like running gaining a Thor, but you have like more damage output, right? So you'll see like Verd in every game, and you will see a lot of people drafting the occult girl. If I can even find one right now, like right here, right? The occult girl right here. And if you cowgirl. If you don't know what the cowgirl does, basically it pushes attack bar back, right? You'll see one right there, you'll see another one right here, right? So that's the meta right now. You'll see so many of them, and that's a big problem. Not a problem, but it's a big decision to decide if you want to use VELAJUEL or Draco. So let's pull up the units here so you can see the base speeds. So for VELAJUEL, this is VELAJUEL right here, right? You have 95 base speed, okay? And then you have Draco. You have Draco with, where is the young Draco? Draco with 106. So that's 11 more speed. Every speed matters in the Japanese cleave because you want to get first turn advantage. So if you want the whole reasoning, right now, I think Draco is actually a little bit better than VELAJUEL, and let me explain why. So, first of all, I'm gonna go with the base speeds. 11 base speed is nothing to joke about, especially when you have units like this that are being run on Swift. Where's the cowgirl like this? 102 base speed, higher than VELAJUEL, right? You will need way better Swift runes to contest this thing right here on your VELAJUEL compared to a Draco. That's number one reason right here. This thing has become very, very, very meta. Number two, my favorite, and I'll make another video to discuss why this unit is still so busted. It is this thing right here. How can 116 even compare to 95? And even Bastet's at 96 if I recall correctly. So how do you even compare a 20 speed base advantage? So what if they draft Vanessa or Sierra at 24 lead, Cowgirl, and a Triton? And then you have a VELAJUEL Bastet. Do you think you're getting first turn with this thing on the playing field and a 33 lead and a 24 lead? It doesn't even matter what you're going to be banning because this thing exists, right? This thing like single-handedly makes it so that Draco's base speed, like just the base speed itself, is being valued so much more. Also, if you get lucky, you can run a billion times and then you proc into more whistle to get your attack bar going and keep cycling and keep having more turns, right? I've seen a lot of people actually run Draco as a primary attack bar booster instead of the VELAJUEL version. That's a big reason why Draco, I think, is personally a little bit better. Just because also this is on a lesser extent because it's not as meta. Most of you guys are running your Ganymedes at a violent build, right? Look at this, 113. There's no way this is going to be facing your VELAJUEL. If you don't have will runes on your VELAJUEL, your Bastet, good night. I got punished a few times today because this guy ran a Swift Ganymede that was a billion speed faster than my Bastet. with the same leader skill, and he still outsped me. I'm gonna guarantee you he doesn't have better swift runes than me. He has better base speed than me. So this is a big reason as well. Unless you have will runes, then on your whole team, that way your attack bar is gonna reset to 0. So another factor here why Draco is gonna be better, just because base speed to face things like Swift Ganymede with a 33 lead or a 24 lead, because you're gonna be putting your best runes on your Draco, right? And their Ganymede probably not gonna have their super fast Swift runes, like the best compared to yours. Another reason is this thing right here, also on a lesser extent, however, still a problem. Where is it? Right here. How do you even compare 116, right? 116. Today I faced a Swift Yunhong. It boosted his Hathor and he slept on the whole team because of this stupid skill right here. So how about we just delete this unit too, and then we can use our VELAJUELs. Anyways, so unless you have like a full will team, oh, I'm running out of batteries. Unless you have a full will team, then you will get punished with Yunhong going first, resurging Hathor, sleeping your whole team because they got speed lead and they're gonna outspeed your Draco, VELAJUEL, and your Bastet, whatever, right? So a lot of problems here with the Japanese cleave, and that's why you have to rely on your Swift runes and banding correctly, or just not facing the same people over and over again. Also, to a lesser extent, it depends on your build, but you can kind of counter this as well. Where we have the Wunsa. So Wunsa got buffed. Where is the Wunsa? Wunsa 118. It just keeps getting higher and higher. But these are LD Nat 5s. You're not going to run into them that often. So nothing to really scream about. However, the way you counter this Wunsa thing right here in Hail Magic, just don't have any will runes, right? If he goes first and he inhales you and he sucks up nothing, your Bastet, your Draco is going to go next. But for those who are running that will team on your Bastet, your Draco, or your VELAJUEL, whatever it is, then you're gonna have a problem with this unit. It's like an auto instant ban. If your VELAJUEL Bastet's on will, boom, he inhales you, his whole team goes. But if you're like me, no will, then this doesn't do anything to you. However, then if you're not on will like me, he picks the Yunhong, resurges the Thor, and sleeps your whole team because these are Vanessa, the Thor, and Yunhong, right? So Draco here, you know, the base speed is really where it's at. Also, it really depending on your rune quality, like this skill, fly, the defense break. I'm not gonna say you rely on this as your defense break, because really you're like, it really depends on your Swift runes, right? I don't know how fast your Swift runes are to put an accuracy set on it, but really you're putting everything that's fast. It could be flat attack, flat defense, whatever, to make it fastest. So I'm not relying on this. It's really the run to do damage with the attack buff, and then you cycle into this because you run a billion times, right? So that is the pro of Draco and why I think it might be a little bit better than VELAJUEL. I've been having success with both of them, but honestly, I've got cheesed with whatever I just mentioned just now. So moving on to VELAJUEL. So VELAJUEL is actually the reason why I started it. I could have used Draco, but the meta actually just the meta of the season shifted ever since they buffed the Cowgirl, right? And now they have Swift Cowgirls, Swift everything, and this is not as valued as before. However, the biggest difference here is you have Sanctuary. It cleanses, unlike Draco, right? The cleanse is really powerful against those Gani Hathor people. It makes people focus your VELAJUEL to reset it, whereas it may reset your other units and target it. Also, it's a 3-turn immunity, so whenever you have a Thor, you have a 1 more turn to dish out damage, or force the Thor to use second skill or third skill and waste it. That way you do have this up before they have it, unless they have like a Yunhong to cycle or they bomb proc a billion times. So 3-turn immunity is way better than 2-turn immunity, because 3 is better than 2, right? Anyways, and then another one is, to a lesser extent, you have a strip on skill 1. It's not that big of a deal, you know. I've never really found this to be like super game changing, but it does really well against counters such as the Wind Druid. It does counters against like Triana because of punishment. If you have the correct runes, like a speed, crit damage, defense, or maybe double defense with high crit damage, crit rate subs, then this thing is going to be hitting really hard, and you can take out their threats like the Triana, Vanessa, Perna, whatever it is. Your VELAJUEL is like a third, fourth damage dealer on your team, and they're not going to be targeting it the first thing, right? They're going to put it to sleep, or they're going to target your Bastet or your damage dealer. So it's like a surprise factor if you're able to build this on a crit damage build with defense. So I have really high success. I'm not sure if I can find a replay here, but whenever I find like a Gani Thor team, like this, right? This guy first picks the Thor, and I know that I don't have to pick VELAJUEL right now, but if I wanted to, the Garo can be a VELAJUEL pick because I know he's running a sleeping Boron ass team. And then when I see him lock in the Ragdoll, the Rihanna, I know that my VELAJUEL is going to be a good pick because it's a fire damage threat, and then he drafts a fire druid. So even better, now that I have a VELAJUEL, he has 3 win units. I got a VELAJUEL fire threat. You know, it's gonna put in work, whereas a Draco, not really. So this is where I had a problem here, right? So I drafted the Draco because, as you can see, he's running 33 lead, but he's also running a Wusa, which has high base speed. So I'm not going to outspeed him, right? But and he runs an Oki. So an Oki has very similar base speed to your VELAJUEL. If you guys don't know, if I recall correctly, I believe it's 96. Wait, what's 100? That would explain why I got out. Oh my god. Today I learned something new. I even have an Oki yet. So his base speed's 101. Compare that to your VELAJUEL. That would explain why 6 speed. That's like 1 roll. That's like difference between a quad roll and a triple roll, right? So there you go. Another reason why you are not going to be outspeeding. If your Swift sets are not the most amazing, then Draco is the way to go. But if you also have both, then what I would suggest to you is to put your slower set onto your VELAJUEL for teams that you can guarantee to outspeed. So if you're gonna ban their like Oki and you go before their whole team, for example, but if they have like a Vanessa Thor Oki, then you're kind of in a pickle, right? Because if you ban Oki, what if his Vanessa and once somebody Hathor goes before your VELAJUEL, right? So you have to think about it in that way. I think the most safest way to do this, honestly, is to put your best runes on Draco and then have a VELAJUEL as a backup for situations where you need the damage output, such as like I showed you that Windrude team. So hope this clarifies to you guys who are looking to try the Japanese cleave. It requires a lot of depth in your runes, just because you need so many Swift Fatal or Rage runes in the same similar speed range, and that speed range is to be within your attack bar booster and then not get cut by their team. So whatever that number is to you, you need those type of runes. Hope this video helped, and make sure to like, subscribe, and comment as always. We are very close to our goal, and I appreciate it so much.